What is going on, everyone? It's Shonen Run, and we are back with another video. In today's video, if you cannot tell by the thumbnail and title, we are going to be talking about my TBR for 2025. So last year I made a TBR, and I think I was so excited because that was the first year I felt like I had my collection together. The very first year of this channel, I was slowly building my collection and not really even knowing how to make videos and whatnot on this channel. And then the next year, which was this year, I did have a daughter, so that changed a lot. A lot of time went to a lot of places. Of course, being the best father I could possibly be, being the best husband I could possibly be. I wasn't able to read as much, but now this last quarter of the year I've been able to read a lot just because we have the hang on things now. We're not brand new parents looking at each other scared what to do next. So now we just kind of have our own little pace, and everything's just going smoothly. So I'm able to read a lot more, and I've been cranking out a lot of reading, and I enjoy every second of it. But even with that being said, I knocked my TBR down from, I think last year I had like 12 series on there. I knocked it down to 5 this year, just because the whole point of my TBR this year is to get it finished. It's not to start and maybe not. No, the whole point is at some point this year I will start this series, I'll finish the series, and that's it. So that's why I limited it down to 5, but we have 5 absolute bangers. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. So the first one is something I was actually supposed to read during Halloween and just could not get to it. And so if you saw that video, you know. But that is Tokyo Ghoul Re. Tokyo Ghoul, as the first part, might be one of my favorite manga series ever right now. Now, I have a lot of, like I said, manga coming up. We got 4 of the series that could easily replace it because just the pure hype of these series. So we'll see. But Tokyo Ghoul Re could push Tokyo Ghoul further up #1. Like I said, it's very close. I don't know when this video is going to come out, but I have a rankings video I want to work on. It's just my personal favorite manga that I've read, and just have it ranked because I keep a list of that just because it's fun. I'm weird like that, I guess. But just a spoiler, Tokyo Ghoul is top 3, and I won't tell you where it's at in the top 3, but just know it's in the top 3. And so if Tokyo Ghoul Re is better than regular Tokyo Ghoul, the original series of Tokyo Ghoul, as people have said, I've seen a lot of people say that Re was better for them, it could push it up even further. So we'll see. But I love Tokyo Ghoul. I want to see what my boy Ken Kaneki's up to, but there's so much in this. Like, you have the violence, you have the character progression, you have the emotions, you have the backstories, you have slight world building, could be a little better, a lot better, but still. But you're seeing the story from perspective of different people. There's themes that make you think. Like, there's just a lot in here. You get a lot in Tokyo Ghoul, and that's why I love it so much. So can't wait to read Re. I think it's 16 volumes. So, and I have the box set, so it should be easy to complete this. Especially, like I said, I'm doing 5 series this year. So our next series, this one is a chunker in terms of the amount of volumes, but either way, we're going to get it done, because if I say we're going to do it, then we're going to do it. And that is Claymore by Norihiro Yagi. I was supposed to read this year, and I just did not get the chance. But Claymore, I want to say, outside of Naruto, was the first box set I ever got. And I just was so happy to get it, just because this was a series where when I first started collecting manga, as in just like, oh, I just want a couple things on the shelf here and there, and didn't expect all of this, Claymore was a series I was looking at. So I've just been doing the series, I've been dishonorable towards this series just because of and is dishonorable the right word to use there? I don't know, but I've just been neglecting this series. I should have been read this. Like, there's no way I just now am going to be getting around to it, but I will finish it this year. I will start and finish this series this year, because I've seen the first episode of the anime when I was supposed to read it this year. I was like, oh, just to see what I'm getting into, and I was like, I can't wait to read the rest. Never read it. I probably would have been better off watching the anime, but then I would have never read it, or maybe not never, but it would have took me a long time to get to it. So definitely want to check this out. This is up here. I will at some point, maybe I'll say in a video. I'm not gonna make a separate video for this, but I'll say in a video like what order I plan on reading these. But like I said, the whole point is to start and finish it. The order don't really matter, but I don't want to be starting like all these series deserve their own attention. I don't want to be starting and doing like 2 at the same time, or more than 2. Maybe 2 at the same time is not bad, but I don't want to do like 3. the next one we have is Vagabond. So if you did not see the video where I was talking about just like my end of the year reads for last year or this year, it depends when this video comes out. I'm just recording videos. I probably should do a better job of scheduling what comes out when, but right now I just have a list of videos and I'm recording them. But in that video I talked about, I didn't know between Berserk, Vagabond, what was the other one? Blade of the Immortal. Between those three, which one I was going to read going into this year, well, the new year. And I just decided Vagabond. Like, Vagabond was the one, like, collecting it was, I wouldn't say the hardest, but it definitely was one that was like, I gotta get this, I gotta get this. And I was just very active in my search to make sure I got all possible these big editions. I know they're coming out with the new deluxe editions. I say I'm not gonna get those, but I might get those. I don't know, I might be a sick freak and get those, but we'll see. But either way, Vagabond, I mean, what is there to say? There's so many things people talk about this series that it all sounds up my alley. Samurais, historical fiction elements, lessons, like moral lessons, themes, artwork. It's just everything in here is right up my alley. So I can't wait to read this. Another series that I am somewhat actually familiar with because I saw the anime, but it's been a minute. But it was an anime that I watched a few years ago, and I was like catching a more retro anime, and that is Akira. So I had to take it out of the box set, but it's so clean. I like how they did this. But anyway, Akira. What is there to say about Akira by Katsuhiro Otomo? I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that, but I'm trying to, I always try to make sure I give credit and make sure I say the names right. But Akira, like, there's not much you can say about this series. There's a lot to talk about when it comes with Akira. Like this, talking about themes, there's a lot of themes in here that still apply today. A lot of moral lessons and whatnot. There's just a lot in here, and so I definitely can't wait to read this. This is a classic in its own right, and if you cannot tell by my list, a lot of these are classics. Maybe you might could take out Claymore and Tokyo Ghoul, but a lot of these are classics, and I feel like that's what I've been so like, oh, those are classics, I'll get to them, to the point where I feel as though I'm ignoring the classics, and that's just not where I need to be right now in my manga journey. Like, I definitely need to have the classics under my belt, at least some of them. So, Vagabond, Akira. I mean, Akira's a classic, these are classics in their own way and for different reasons, but yeah, definitely got to read this. I've had the box set for a while. It's probably the best box set I own. It's just because of how just well put together it is. So I just got to do it justice by reading it because it's, once again, a classic. Lastly, I mean, there just don't need any introduction. I finally collected all physical volumes, so here we are. And that is Berserk. I know that technically I can't start it and finish it because it's ongoing, but I mean, I have all the physical volumes, 1 through 14, so why not finish it? We'll start it and finish it. I've had it long enough. I've been putting it to the side over and over again, just like, because at first I was, I'll get the first 3. Then I was like, well, I'm reading something else. I'll do it. I'll read it when I get 5. And I was like, oh, well, I'm at 5. Might as well wait till I get all 10. Now I have all of them. So I have no excuse to not read this. Once again, sometimes you just got to get to the classics, and that's what I'm trying to do with this. But by Kentaro Miura, may he rest in peace. I know his friend is continuing the series. I'm not sure, like, I'm not the right person to ask about news on that, even though I do kind of want to do, that was a terrible sentence. I do want to participate in doing more news related stuff on here as well, just to keep people in the loop, keep myself in the loop, keep tracks of dates of manga I care about, and then maybe y'all can of course share what you think of other manga and their dates. Just be more involved in the community, trying to immerse myself in the community even more, because like I said, I love this. This is like, reading manga is like one of my favorite things to do outside of YouTube. YouTube is also one of my favorite things to do. Maybe that's why I have 40 channels, but that's a topic for another day. But anyway, Berserk, got to check it out. It's a classic. Looking forward to reading it. And I think the Blu-ray is coming out, like for the DVD of this. I might get it just to have it, because it's impossible to find an anime at times, especially the right one. So I might just get it just to have it for future. Because we know with the streaming service, they love to put stuff up, take them down, put stuff up, take them down. So especially, I think with the Blu-ray, I don't foresee it popping up on any social or streaming service, but we'll see. But that does it for the video. Thanks so much for watching. Thank you for watching even 1 second of one video. I really appreciate it. Leave your comments down below what you think of my TBR. Like I said, I knocked it down to 5 just because I want to make sure I start and finish all these series. There's nothing I'm going to change. This is concrete. Something from left field has to happen for me to change reading these series. Because last year I was changing it just on mood. I was like, I don't feel like reading this right now. Goodnight Poom Poom was another one where I was like, I'm gonna read it. I was like, do I want to be, you know, as much as people say it plays with your emotions, do I want to be in that kind of headspace? So I took it out. Promise Neverland. I was like, it was just like, I started weighing in on, like, some people are like, I still don't really care about it that much. Even though the anime obviously ruined the second season. They were like, hey, it's not as though, you know, it ended that great anyway. So then that kind of took me out of it, which I shouldn't have let that happen. So there was a lot of time I was just changing, you know, my TBR based on my mood. This is concrete. I'm only doing 5. Something crazy has to happen for me not to finish it or change one of these out. Let me know what your TBR is down below. Let me know any series that you want me to check out, because like I said, this isn't going to deviate me from checking out new series and reading other stuff. These are just the 5 that when it comes down to it and I'm trying to pick between A and B, I'm always going to, you know, go with whatever this one is, just because that's what I want to finish. But I'll see you guys next time. Peace.